What's up, guys? It's your boy, Rich Danger. And coming on here to try to start a little drama. In a video that I will be posting sometime, either in the next couple hours, well, sometime within the next couple hours, hopefully, has something directed towards both Remo and Tech 9. It's about their upcoming match. I don't care who the JTS Undisputed Champion is. I don't care if it's Remo. I don't care if it's Tech 9. I have cemented a legacy for myself as the best champion in Rts Wrestling history. I plan on keeping it that way. I'm the guy with the most reigns for the RTS Undisputed Championship, which is on that wall over there. And the RTS Hardcore Championship, which is on that wall right there. So, this is a warning to both Remo and Tech 9. I don't care which one of you wins y'all's match. You'll have to deal with, as I will put it now, starting now, and from the rest of the time, the man, the myth, the legend, Rich Danger. I don't care who you think you're. I'm saying this for RTS Wrestling because I am technically on another show called Hellfire. If you guys didn't know, shout out to my boy Sean. But that's not why I'm on here. Hellfire is good promotion. I would suggest you guys go and check it out by looking up SVW Hellfire, where I won my SVW Hellfire World Heavyweight Championship, and I am Mr. 3-0. Or if you guys want to look up his YouTube channel, it's called Sunscrew 23. Here, I'll pull it up for the live stream. Even though my boy don't need shoutouts, he's told me this. You still gotta. In the words of a lot of YouTubers, always plug. Which I don't have merch yet. I want to get merch someday in the future if I'm still on YouTube and all that. Guys, I'll be back real fast. I gotta go check on something. Ew, don't touch me with that hand. That's disgusting. No. Bro, wipe your hand. Come here. Wipe your hand from your nose. No, keep. Disgusting. Now you better not fall asleep. Sorry guys, I am back. What? There you guys go. Shout out to my boy Sean, or if you guys want to know his wrestling name, Sean the Assassin. Hopefully one day we can get him on Rts Wrestling for a video. Maybe he can team with me and Landon in a 6-man tag team match. I'm sorry. Like, you guys, most of you should know I'm weird by now. Like, I've been on YouTube for over a year now. I've done some of the weirder stuff. But maybe he can be added to the Danger family one day. For right now, he is considered one of my brothers. Like, I said this in yesterday's live stream, and I'll say it again today. Thoughts and prayers go out to you, brother. Get well soon. Uh, let's see. What else do I want to come in here to talk about? Maybe how I'll become a 15-time hardcore champion before the year's over. That's also what I'm calling you out for, Remo. I don't care how good you think you are. Boy, the only times you've beaten me, like when you got your, I believe, your second, the only times you've held the RTS Undisputed Championship was once when I vacated into you, and two, when I wasn't even champion. So, technically, you have, triple threat match, oh yeah, you've never pinned, for the Undisputed Championship, you've never defeated me for that, legitimately. If we were to compare our championship runs, boy, there ain't nothing you have on me. Actually, let's do that, guys. Let's mess with him a lot more than he, because I like poking at the bear. Because that's just how crazy I am. So, our two pages are right next to each other. So let's do this. My accomplishments versus yours, Remo. Let's see how they fare. For the RTS Undisputed Championship, we'll do yours first. 2 reigns to my 5. The US title, your 2 reigns to my 7. You haven't held the Master Championship, which that belt got removed. So, I'm not going to really brag too much about that. Oh, look, the RTS title. My 4 reigns to your 2 reigns. Now this is where you start to beat me a little bit. The JTS Undisputed Championship, your 2 reigns versus my 1 reign, and same with the JTS Championship. But the JTS/RTS Cruiserweight Championship, or the RTS/Cruiserweight JTS Cruiserweight Championship. Let's see. Your 1 reign to my 3. The RTS Intercontinental Championship, your 3 reigns to my 10. The JTS Intercontinental Championship, your 0 reigns to my 2. The RTS Tag Team Championships, your 3 reigns to my 5. Let's see. You don't really have a partner to tag with for the Intergender Tag Team Championships. Oh. My 14 different hardcore title reigns to your 10. You haven't even had a chance to hold the Internet Championship. Only me and my boy Landon have. Yee. I'm a one-time loser belt champion. You're a two-time. You haven't held the JTW Championship ever. Haven't competed for it. You've never been an RTS Mr. Money in the Bank. You've never been a chance at a belt briefcase. You've never been an Ultimate Briefcase holder. You've never been a RTS/JTS/JTW X-Champion. And you've never been an RTS North American Champion. And now, if you guys have noticed something, I've listed every belt in my company. Yeah, that's right. Rich Danger is the only guy in RTS Wrestling history to become a Grand Slam champion. You're probably saying, oh, it's because you keep adding belts. No. And I don't want to hear anyone saying, oh, you didn't earn any of your titles. That Undisputed Championship was created by me when I won both the RTS Championship and the RTS World Heavyweight Championship. The JTS Intercontinental Championship, I won that from Hulk. Same with that Cruiserweight title. I've won that Hardcore title multiple times. The only reason I held the loser belt was because I let that person at the time who was the loser belt champion pin me. I'm the greatest. Oh, you guys haven't, a lot of you probably haven't even seen this belt. The JT. Sucked, that hurt. The JTW Championship. Who I am the current champion. Now, Remo, you want a shot at this belt? Go ahead, come try it, boy. But I guarantee I'm the greatest. I gotta go check on something again, guys. Sorry. I keep getting up and all this. Party? Good. Now, back to what I was saying. I'm the only man to hold the JTW, the JTS, and the RTS championships. And they're probably saying, oh, because you're the only man, because you give yourself title shots. I won this title when I held it the first time, fair and square. This time I just gave it to myself because I'm general manager. I'll do what I want. The JTS championship, I won fair and square because he wouldn't defend it. And the rules that I made when we first started was champion doesn't defend in 30 days. This was before the 30 days clause was removed, guys. He had to give up his championship to the number one contender. And I was the number one contender at the time. And I was I was the first RTS champion. Anyway, because we needed a champion, and I'm gonna put, yes, I'm definitely gonna make myself the first champion. This is my nephew's show. I was like the 3rd champion for JTS Wrestling. And I'm going to prove my dominance whenever I can. Because I'm going to be the best wrestler in this whole entire company. Yeah, this is why I want to get back deal. I gave my nephew I had 2 spinner belts and I gave him one. I should have given him this one. I was like, I like it making the noise. But now I realize, yeah, I should have probably kept the other one because it spins better. So I'm going to try to convince him to switch me this with the other one. And I'm hopefully going to be getting new JTS logos, so I can finally replace most of these. But there's one belt that bothers me the most. I'm going to hang this guy back. I'm going to hang this one back up. But if you guys want to know which belt bothers me the most, trust me, it wasn't one of the ones I held first. Okay. So, if we were to count how many belts I didn't hold first, there would be 4. The loser belt, the JTS Undisputed Championship, the JTS Championship, and this belt, right here. The RTS/JTS Cruiserweight Championship. Which, at first, was only supposed to be the RTS Cruiserweight Championship. Then, Remo made it say JTS first. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I want you to go one more time. Sorry guys, but back to what I was saying. When Remo first made this title, I'm the one who made it relevant, by the way. Sorry to say it, but that's true. But when Remo first made this title, the JTS/RTS Cruiserweight Championship, it was only supposed to say RTS. It was supposed to only be... If you read the belt very carefully, I'm going to try... It says Extreme Cruiserweight. Right in the middle, right here, it says JTS. Then RTS Champion. That time, JTS Wrestling didn't even exist. So I'm like, and it actually kind of ticked me off. Since JTS Wrestling is not a thing, I kept it like that. But the other day, I was trying to upgrade the design. I was going to make a new design for it. And then, something dawned upon me. Wait, is it? Yeah. This isn't taped on. All the other belts on this wall have tape on them. Remo glued this on. So I couldn't make this an updated version. I was going to actually use my laptop, make a new custom logo for it, and print it out. And this was back when my printer was working, guys. But no. Remo had to glue it on. Watch. You see how the side plates come off so easily? Because they're taped on. See? Now watch this. And you're probably wondering, why don't you just rip it off? One, I was going to hopefully to keep this design and give it back to Remo. Since he is the original creator, this was his original creation. No, he had to glue it on. Guys, I don't like showing me holding sharp things in my videos, because I don't want to like get I know it probably won't happen, but still, a community guideline strike. But for right now, without the 30-day rule, the Cruiserweight Championship doesn't have to be offended. So, and for right now, I'm personally saying, until we get a new logo for this Cruiserweight Championship, will not be vacated, no, but it will not be shown until we get a new image for it. It ruined the belt, guys. It straight up ruined this belt. Boom. No tape on this. No tape on this. We don't glue things on. This is a primary example of why we do not glue things on. Because look what it does to the belt. This. I know it's not like a real replica or something, but still, if I were to take off everything on these belts, everything, polish them up, put new paint on them, they'd look good. This, there's extra work to do with it now. I'm not even sure if I want to make it say JTS on it anymore. Part of me, okay, if you guys haven't seen the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, part of me wants to just get that belt and replace it with this one, and only have an RTS Cruiserweight Championship. But this, gluing this on, I didn't even remember him gluing this on. This is, I know that like the United States, the Intercontinental, and the RTS, the original RTS, are like the oldest belts we have, and the original RTS was on one of these type of belts. In fact, I believe it was on the, if you guys have seen the current RTS Internet Championship, I believe that's the first one was on.
Oh no! Monster's gone! Don't know where she could be. Do you want Christmas or do you want pink?
Okay, guys, I don't really have to leave anymore, but I promise you, well, I'm hoping before 2018 ends that this will have either a new logo on it or we will have a completely new championship belt. Because that's unacceptable. Every single title up there that has a design on it, hi. This was the only belt that didn't. It's the only belt I didn't make a design for, and that's a disgrace. I mean, I will probably put it back on there if I need to, but I ain't gonna glue it back on there. Like that, if I have my friend making me new custom stuff for that, like RTS logos, that's why I tape them on there, not glue them. Oh my gosh. Now, like, let's say that belt gets water on it. You know how hard that would have been to remove? I would have been like peeling at it, and then it would have fallen apart. It would have made me so mad. The only belts that deserve keeping up there are RTS belts. That belt isn't going to be used for Rts Wrestling right now, so it's staying on the floor where it is. I'm gonna pick your ass back up real fast. We've been live for 28 minutes. No one's been on that I've seen. This is what, like, this, I'm not saying like y'all piss me off. I'm saying pretty much that pissed me off. You guys don't understand this. Because let's say if I don't want to have a cruiserweight division no more, I could have used that belt for something else. You know how long that's going to take to fix now? I'm gonna have to look up glue remover, and since that's been on there for pretty much over a year now, I know that for a fact because we had the cruiserweight title when we had the original hardcore title, and that was out for 2 years. So I'm saying, no, I was gonna say the cruiserweight title has been here for 2 years. All of these belts have been here for 2 years in other ways. I think the oldest belt we have would be the RTS Internet Championship. Then the Intercontinental, then the United States, then one of the tag titles, and so on and so forth. Let's see. What belt did I get next? I believe I got more of the... What do you want?
What are you?
Uncle Richard's recording something. Get it out. Sorry guys, I'm going to be right back. Sorry guys. Where was I? Then I think the next belt we got was one of the two. And like one of the two intergender, like the actual title behind it. Then Jason gave me that one for the cruiserweight. Then we got the old school Intercontinental Championship. The one I'm using right now for the RTS Internet Championship, the Intercontinental Championship. Then we got the one that has the loser belt on it. Then we got one of the ones with the pop-out side plates. Then we got two different versions of the spinner belts. Then the Universal title. Like, and the hardcore title was like, the WWE version of the hardcore title was somewhere around was the same time as the Intercontinental Championship. No, same time we got the other half of the Rts Tag Team titles, actually. Guys, I want to try to find, like, either a current WWE, like, the Cruiserweight title. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to pull up a picture. Either that version, or a lot of people that are only watching wrestling, that only just started watching WWE, like the younger fans that don't go back on the network and watch like I do. Back in the day, WWE had a Cruiserweight Championship that I believe its last champion was Hornswoggle. And then the title got trashed completely. But still, the Cruiserweight Classic, like when TJ Perkins won it, he wasn't the first ever Cruiserweight champion. I can tell you that much. He was the first man to win that version of the belt. Yes. But yeah, sorry guys. Just try to get this. That's the best we're gonna get for now. Ow. I believe I saw one at Walmart like a couple days ago. But with me, yeah, that's a unique belt design and all that. Right. Let me turn on my brightness. That's what that version of the belt looks like today's version. Now, the only problem I see with that is I'd have to cover up the whole center part. Now, if I can find the older version of the Cruiserweight Championship, then I could get that one. I kind of like, that's also another unique design. But there's something a lot of people don't know about. Yeah, I showed you, there's been two different designs for the current Cruiserweight Championship. I'm not sure what the current one looks like, but I believe it has the purple, like the under part. But I believe when the title was first released, it looked like this, with an orange underglow. I believe was the one that TJ Perkins first held. Don't quote me on that. Like, here's the thing. People will say, like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of WWE. But they don't know, like, actual facts. Like, like this year's brand split. It's not their first brand split. It probably won't be the last one either. Because eventually they'll come back together. Or on SmackDown. NXT will still be NXT. Amazing, by the way. If you guys don't like NXT, what is wrong with you? I'm just kidding. That's your personal opinion. But in my opinion, NXT is amazing so far, what I've seen. Now, if you think about it, there's either, like, I've pretty much, grabbed if I'm correct, it's the Mattel series line that we have right now. Yeah, Mattel makes the current WWE belts. If I'm correct, I have every version of, the actual toy belts that are made for the little kids of the replicas. Now I know there's other ones. See if I can find one. But right now, if you guys think about it, I have the spinner belt. If I were to go oldest to newest version of the WWE Championship, I have the Winged Eagle, the spinner, the WWE Championship, which was made by The Rock, and then the current WWE Championship. I still want to find and get this one. I found this before, just they weren't selling it. I was mad about it. Stop. I just saw another one. Okay, if Mattel makes any more of the toy belts, make the version of the Undisputed Championship. Make the WWE Circle. I think it was the one that came after the Wing Eagle. That's all I remember. My phone's being a piece of poop. I'm not trying to cuss. I want to get the World Heavyweight Championship, the one that looked like this. You could also technically call it the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Because that's what it was. Facts. Let's see. Can I find any more? So far, no. Oh no. This box art isn't right. Okay, if you guys didn't know, WWE and I think Mattel, I'm not sure, made, like, who made it, but they made this thing called a live, like, an interactive WWE Universal Championship. I mean, this doesn't look bad, but only have one problem with it. Guys, see, John Cena, yes, former WWE champion. Seth Rollins, yes, a former WWE champion. AJ Styles, a former WWE champion. Kevin Owens, former NXT Universal champion, but not WWE champion. That makes me mad. Why would you put Kevin Owens on there? Why not Daniel Bryan? Why not Triple H? Why not The Big Show? Why not Taker? Why not Stone Cold? Why not the Nature Boy, Ric Flair? To my knowledge, guys, like, if I want to get, I'm missing, like, 3 of the WWE Championship belts. If I want to get 2 of them, unless WWE makes them again, unless, like, Mattel makes them again, I can only get the Jax Pacific, like the Intercontinental. Here, I'm gonna pull down the Intercontinental Championship belt for Rts Wrestling. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. All right. So, you see how this belt looks, guys? Same distance each way. These belts were made by Jax Pacific when Jax Pacific was making figures for WWE. I kind of like these, but I also kind of like the new strap leather. But these aren't that bad. Like, I'll wear this belt proudly. That's cool. To my knowledge, Mattel never made a reversion of this. Which, if they did, amazing. Because, 1, it'd have new strap leather. 2, it'd probably be a lot more shiny. And 3, it'd look a lot better. Like this, like, it'd look a lot better. Like, if you were to compare a Mattel spinner belt to a Jax Pacific, I'd say Mattel would win. Now, to my knowledge, the half of the old school Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, which were the WWE and the World Tag Team titles, respectively, on Raw and SmackDown. I don't remember which one was which. I believe SmackDown had the WWE, or Raw had the World, or vice versa. Where's that one go? Okay, wait a sec. I believe these were the World Tag Team titles. Well, Raw had the WWE. I don't remember. I should have just grabbed this one, but still, see, like, with the current ones, yes, they will crack, but you can, like, fix them. With these, they were a lot more flimsy and a lot more prone to breaking, and a lot more easy to break. Like, I don't really want to break it because I do want to use this title again, but still. Like, if you guys have seen our hardcore title, I know that's a fact. I just brought it up in the last video. If you were to lay this right next to the hardcore title, flat, like let's say the hardcore title was underneath it, it'd be missing a piece from right here. It'd be missing a chunk right here, and there'd be holes in it. Now, there's paint on it, but that's how the actual hardcore title looks, so I'm not mad about it. Like, the one, if you guys want to buy something like this, check its condition first. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't just, like, oh, it looks pretty good. Like, I wanted the old school hardcore title because I like that design. that's why I bought it. And also, with it being the hardcore title, it looked cooler like that. I also, when I bought that tag title, I needed a tag title, so I was like, gotta do it for the show. Now, this Intercontinental Championship belt at first did not have Velcro on it. It didn't have this, or it didn't have this. It had paint wear on it, but that's something, an easy fix, trust me. If I wanted to fix the paint wear and sell this, I could probably make a good couple bucks on it. But I don't want to sell it because it's an old school Intercontinental Championship. This is the only unique design for the Intercontinental Championship. If you were to compare an old school WWE Intercontinental Championship to one of today's, they look exactly the same except for the logos. This was the only unique design for the Intercontinental Championship, to my knowledge. Like, to my knowledge, which I'm pretty knowledgeable about when it comes to wrestling and all that. But guys, when it comes time, I guarantee you, me and whoever is the current JTS Intercontinental Champion will fight over this belt. We'll fight over both this and the JTS Intercontinental Championship, which I don't really care. Like, if you guys understand where I'm coming from, I only really care about RTS Wrestling belts. I will go after JTS Wrestling belts from time to time, but otherwise, I stick to the RTS Wrestling belts, because there's more RTS Wrestling belts than there are JTS. There's an Intercontinental Championship, there's Undisputed, and a JTS. And that's it. Also, I want to talk about one more thing with the different belts. The packaging. Today's packaging is a lot better. I can honestly tell you that. Because when you first got one of these, I'm not sure how like the Velcro would work, but it looked like this. It'd be like this. Inside of a plastic packaging. Like, I'm not sure. Like, sometimes it come with figures, which then it looked like this, except for without the RT. Like, you guys understand what I'm saying. But if it didn't, it'd come like this. Like the spinner belt, it'd come in like that. Well, guys, I'm gonna sign off from here. I'm Rashinder. Peace.